are almost coming to the end of the podcast, Shapeshifters, the Untold Stories of Manufacturing from Die and Mould India 2024 exhibition from Bombay Exhibition Center, organized by TAGMA India. Today, we are having with us Himanshu Shaparia, the president of Jyoti CNC, now a limited company where I believe more responsibilities, more belief of Indian people who have invested in this company, and a proud Make in India company offering machines for many years. Welcome to the podcast, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So when we talk about the tool makers, this exhibition, otherwise a lot of change, a lot of transformation we have seen in the tool making industry from a very small fraternity to now coming and competing with the world. So it has a growth what tool makers have achieved over years, and I believe companies like you also played a big role. So in this scenario, how do you see the growth of Indian tool makers over say 2-3 decades?
Yeah, firstly, thank you for having me here, and pleasure to be here. And as we said, the tool makers have played a very important part in the growth and development of the industry. And when we say that over the years, as we said, since last 2 decades, there is an evolvement. So firstly, we used to be not producing quality molds or tools to cater to high precision industries. And with time and with technology coming in, this is where Jyoti plays a part to give the tool makers the right machines, the precision equipment to ensure that the final product is quality at par with the global standards. So the technology has changed, the methods have changed, and secondly, the market has evolved too. And if we take that into context and the Make in India, what we are seeing currently, we're seeing a lot of opportunities opening up for the tool and die industry in India. There have been many more developments with respect to the machines also that we manufacture. Definitely there is an involvement. There has been an increase in number of people who are catering in this industry, and I would say the China Plus One policy also has played a big role in ensuring that a lot of quality tool manufacturers, tool and die manufacturers have grown in during this period. So and if you see post-COVID, and then the government schemes and the PLI schemes coming in, the Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, all that has played a big part. So overall it has evolved and it has become a reliable country where we can provide quality tools and dies. So I mean it's a wonderful growth story that we are seeing here, and we see that going forward too.
I believe the strength of Indian tool makers were the craftsmanship what they have got, and because of that they were as maybe some of the great tool makers, they have established their facility here and they taught some of the people, and
Right.
eventually it have grown to this level. But when it comes to precision machining and the kind of machines, be it 3-axis, be it 5-axis, the VMCs or the turning, whatever the machine builders offer, the most challenge is giving the most precision components, faster time and all those things, which was not very critically looked by the mold makers. Is the scenario same or is it changing?
No, it is changing. I mean, it's no more something that you give a simple product and chalta hai kind of a thing. That a couple of microns here and there won't make a difference. But now, yes, the mindset is changing, because when we say that if we are talking about not just being India centric but world centric. And when we say world centric, then when we have to supply, then we have to be world class. And that for world class, obviously precision and productivity both go hand in hand. There is a change, there is a shift, and people would want and will need precision machining to ensure that the final product is world standard.
See, many times the complaints what the OEMs or the Tier 1 tells is that we don't get the molds on time. Today, speed market is something what we are able to hear a new
Yeah.
term. And I think there the machining with higher RPM can help them to produce a mold faster.
Yes.
Don't you think that that also makes a big impact?
Definitely. Productivity, as we said, precision and productivity. And with technology evolving, you have to ensure that you are giving a product in time. That would only happen with technology again. So it is very important to ensure that you keep the supply chain absolutely in line with what is required. And also, when we say that everybody has back-to-back commitments and everybody needs to ensure that the time frame which is required has to be maintained. So machines definitely play an important part. They have to provide the productivity, and with that the automation also comes into place. So productivity, precision and automation are going to be the buzzwords tomorrow, again in the coming years, to ensure that we maintain our supply chain, we maintain the precision, we maintain the accuracy, to ensure that we are global suppliers rather than just India centric.
And I think being in an India supplier also, today the requirement of the, if you take automotive OEMs,
Yeah.
or even if you take a brush manufacturer or a capital goods, there are a lot of products now getting exported. Indian products are getting exported.
Absolutely.
I think quality now, that is also a growth what Indian tool makers or Indian manufacturing have got. They are not just producing for India,
Yeah,
they are
exactly.
producing for the world.
Right.
For a product which goes, the end product goes, that also goes globally, right?
Absolutely. And when we say, there's a very typical statement which came when we compare it to China. We always say China has a cheaper labor force. But China produces, the productivity is maybe 8x, 10x than what we do. So this is where we need to improve.
Automation?
Automation and productivity per person. I mean that is very important. What is the output per person that comes out at the end of the day, which is going to directly reflect on the growth. So why did people go to China and set up manufacturing base there? Besides the labor cost, it was the productivity that was driving them to go there. So that is a very, very critical thing which we also need to ensure that we are still far behind in terms of productivity per person, which we need to take it up to those levels where we can say that, yeah, we are able to scale up and we are able to supply to the world. Right now, if we have to scale up and if we have to compare it with, kind of China, what China produces and what we produce, if we have to get to that level, it's mind-boggling figures.
It's a huge work.
Huge
It's
work.
not easy.
It's not easy. So any industry, and especially now with the die and mold where we are talking in this reference, it is all the more important because precision is a must, productivity is essential, and that is itself is going to give you competitiveness. So if we club everything together, this is how how could India be more competitive and be a global supplier and be a hotspot for manufacturing, high precision, be it any industry, be it space or be it aerospace, be it defense, anything and everything. So this is a big opportunity, and this is where we need to leverage. So the industry is asking for high precision, high productivity machines, and this is where we stand as machine manufacturers to ensure that we evolve as well and give them that technology to ensure that their needs are met. So it's a kind of a synergy that we need to ensure, and this is going to take us to the next level. When you're talking of 5 trillion, 7 trillion, 10 trillion economy, this is how it's going to happen, and manufacturing being the the base to get there. So this is how we see it, and we see a great times ahead.
Punjab, same way Gujarat, especially Rajkot, we can see that these were the hotbeds for the local manufacturers. You see the lathes and all those things. But Jyoti always had a visionary outlook, and from the
Right.
earlier times also, you started innovating, one of the companies. And even when it comes to Industry 4.0, you made your machine smart. Now, coming to the tool makers, do you think that they are able to use the capex when they are taking a Jyoti machine with all the smartness? Do you think that they are able to take the full advantage of it, the Indian manufacturers or tool makers?
Honestly, no. still it's a long way to go. Because to leverage that technology, you need to have that kind of, again, I would say a mindset to ensure that this is equally important to go to the next level, to see consistent growth. So they have not been able to take the 100% advantage of the resources that are available today for them to mark up their productivity again, to mark up their quality, and to ensure and monitor and do the gap analysis. See, what happens is we do a certain a product, we manufacture, we follow a certain process, but then how do we optimize that process? What are the tools available to optimize the processes? Because you may be making a beautiful die, a beautiful high precision, but if I make it in 3 days, am I efficient? It may be the best, but that I'm taking 3 days to make it. Why would I not make it in 1 day and use the technology and the tools to ensure that it can be done?
There are so many parameters also which get lost.
Which get lost. So this is the gap where we need to see as an entrepreneur, whoever is doing it, as a businessman, and even as say for ourselves, when we are supplying capital goods, we are manufacturing machines, we would also like them to take that value addition, which should not be considered as a cost but as an investment.
It's a value.
It's a value. It's definitely a value, and that value addition is going to increase. It is going to add to their profits. So, how do you derive profits? It's just not by making the product, but it's following an optimized process. So that itself is a hidden profit which is not able to, you're not able to capture. This is that, missing link somewhere where we are not able to, that last mile is missing, I feel, where we need to connect this. So ensure that everybody is able to maximize their production, their processes, their systems, and be world class.
It is not about a customer's or it is not a company's loss.
Yeah.
It is basically our country's
loss.
The resources, whatever we have, we need to use it properly.
Absolutely.
And I'm very happy that you think that way. And this change, this thought process, I'm sure, can make a difference. And I think here is where TAGMA can come in.
Right.
IMTMA can come in. Machine builders can come in. Customers can come in. Understand, because there are so many challenges. If I'm going to ask you next one step, we can talk another 1 hour. That is skill, because which is very important. We are not going there. We were talking to many people, but I would like to request you and Jyoti to see that how we can increase the productivity. And second thing, use tools which is always available. There are so many free tools, or the tools which is given by the machine builders, to use the capex perfect. And that is something which I would love to talk to you next time whenever we meet.
Definitely.
Thanks for sharing your time.
It was a pleasure, and it was wonderful sharing this talk. It has been a wonderful exhibition. Looking forward to good times, and definitely very optimistic about the growth story that we have to offer.
And then last request I must tell you, see, I am not, I always believe in direct sales, So investing in share and all those things is not my cup of tea, but still I am trying. And I invest more on the Gujarat companies. So now
I'll take it as a compliment.
It's a compliment, because I trust, because they see business, right? And that is what money is all about. Right. I don't want to take much of a gamble there. It's a hard-earned money. So Jyoti is recently have listed, and I am sure that brings a lot of responsibility to the company.
Absolutely.
And I wish them and each and everyone all the very best.
Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful journey for Jyoti so far. We are looking for great times ahead. Jyoti is always committed to ensuring that we give value to the customers, offer them the best technology that is available, and that is going to drive the nation's growth. So this is where Jyoti is, as we say, propelling technology and prospering life. Both go hand in hand. And this is, we look forward to being part of the India's growth story.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.